Cool. Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Rivers and I work at the Institute for Imaging and Analytical Technologies at Mississippi State University. Today, I would like to talk to you about an interesting way of doing microscopy. Okay, so microscopy is the ability to take something that's really small and magnify it and make it really big. And usually, during people's education, they will use something that looks like this. Now, this is a compound light microscope, and it is used to magnify things, right? But this machine here uses light to magnify a sample. But the machine I want to talk to you about today doesn't use light. It actually uses electrons to magnify your sample, all right? And we're all really used to using electrons because we use them every day when we turn on any of our electrical devices, okay? But this machine behind me is called a scanning electron microscope. And it uses electrons in a little bit different way. What it does is it makes the electrons into a beam, kind of like the beam of a flashlight, except for whatever I put into my beam of electrons, I'm able to magnify it and see it up really close, as opposed to just making it light. So here we go. Let's go ahead. I have a few samples inside the machine, and let's go ahead and look at them. So the first thing that we have to show you today is actually a tick. All right. So you can see this is the body of the tick. All right. And here we go. Let's move in and let's go ahead and look at the mouthpiece parts of the tick. All right. So as we zoom in and we use the magnification capabilities of the electron microscope, we can start to see in detail the small parts that are present on the tick's mouth. Okay. So as we can see here, this is the part of the tick's mouth that actually sticks into your skin when the tick bites you. And if you look at all these points on there, these are similar to like barbs, and they actually are the reason that it's really hard to pull a tick out once it is bitten through your skin. All right, so here, let's move over to our next sample. All right, for our second sample, we have something that's a little bit smaller than a tick. What we have on here is actually a sample of pollen, all right? Now, pollen is produced by all flowering plants. It's part of their reproductive system. All right, and as you can see, as we zoom in on it, you can see that there's actually two kinds of pollen here. There's this one that's a little spiky ball, and there's this one that's a little bit more round. So different kind of plants will make different shaped pollen. And pollen is also what makes us have allergies, and it's also that yellow coating that we see on our cars in the springtime. All right, and it's quite a bit smaller than a tick. But it's not as small as the last sample that I would like to share with you today, for the last sample I have today, I have some bacteria that I would like to show you, okay? And we have to zoom way, way in before we can start to see the bacteria cells. Okay, here they are. We can see, all right. So here we go. These are the bacteria, and these are all individually single-cell organisms. And if you look at my scale down here, this is just 2 microns, which is a very small scale. And you notice how the bacteria are much smaller than that, okay? And this is a species of bacteria that you're looking at right now that you might actually have heard of. This is actually a species of E. coli that we're looking at right here. And with that was the last sample that I wanted to show you guys today. But I wanted to thank you for coming and visiting us here at Mississippi State, and we'll see you next time. Bye.